and I thought I was in pain going up the hill. The worst part was going down. In the rain, freezing cold, my hands, my feet went numb. It would have been so nice too. Roller coaster hills. Yesterday, my friend Gytis and I, we rode up Mauna Loa. It's the world's tallest, 100% fully paved climb. It's 11,000 feet of elevation. From the beginning, it's 45 miles to the top from sea level. And you don't quite get to the top because it's not paved to the top, but you go to 11,000 feet. Really amazing climb that could be like just epic. Well, it's epic either way you do it, but we were a little bit too excited. We planned this day, and then the day came and the forecast showed rain. It was raining in the morning. Then it got a little clear, so we're like, oh, let's just go for it. And I mean, I'm not gonna say I regret it now, but it was probably a really bad decision because it rained the entire day, like for 13 hours. We were soaking wet. We ended up getting chafed, and it's just miserable. We're just feeling really raw. Yeah, so we got to the top way late. We left a little bit late because we were having trouble deciding if we wanted to go. So we left a little bit late. We got up there at like 5 o'clock and started getting a little cold. It's like 42 degrees. It's really nice at the top for a little while because after such a long effort of climbing, I think it took us 7 hours from Hilo to get to the top. And the pavement was actually warm from the sun, so we were laying down. We had a little snack, took a couple pictures. But by the time we left, it was around 5 o'clock, and we started the descent. It started out pretty nice. I was excited. I go by it like Gytis, and I'm like, oh, it's like a roller coaster. Just down, turns and dips, really fun. Probably the most amazing descent in the world. I don't know if that's true, but for me, I think it probably would be. Except, shortly after that, it started raining, and our hands and feet just went numb. They were freezing. We were basically just holding on and just hoping that it was over. So instead of being a really great descent, it ended up being completely miserable. And the rain didn't stop the whole time. The whole ride home, 50, 60 miles, just in the pouring rain. It was not fun. Well, it was alright. But we were suffering a lot. So, here's a few tips to make the ride a bit more comfortable, because it's not even that hard, this climb. The average grade is like 4%. There's a bit steep parts, maybe 12%. So the first thing you want to do is, you probably guessed it, is pick a really nice day to do this climb. No rain in sight. You want it to be sunny and clear. And also, you want to leave yourself enough time to get back down, probably before it gets dark. So, I'd say you want to be at the top at 3. So for somebody that's, not too experienced, I would leave no later than 7 o'clock. That'll give you 8 hours to get to the top by 3. And should have plenty of time to get back down before it gets dark and cold. If you're a little bit more experienced, you can leave a little bit later. But it's nice to give yourself a little extra time anyway. So, leave at 7, get to the top by 3. You probably get down by at least 5 or 6. You go down quick because you're 30 miles an hour for 50 miles, 11,000 feet. You know, it's pretty. It could be pretty fun if it's not cold. So also to stay warm, you want to bring the right clothes. You want to bring long pants. These I got at REI. They're winter pants. I used to wear them back home in Connecticut. Navarra brand. You're gonna want a sweatshirt. Also, I don't have them here, but arm warmers for sure, because they're light and small. You can take them on and off if you get cold. I actually wore them on the way up a lot, the arm warmers. So, sweatshirt, jacket, rain jacket. It'll also act as a windbreaker if it doesn't rain. But if it does rain, you'll be prepared with the jacket. Long socks, like winter socks, thick. That'll help a lot. And also, I forgot to bring these, and they really would have been useful, really nice. And my hands probably wouldn't have went numb on the way down. It's a pair of gloves. Yeah, I just forgot them. They were just sitting right there too. It's a shame. Third thing, food and water. You're gonna want to bring all your stuff from Hilo. So if you need to supply your stuff there, everything you're gonna need for the ride, you're gonna want to get, because there's no stops after that. Once you start the climb, that's it. So I brought this 3-liter bladder. It was nice because you could fit it into many shapes and like fit things a little snugger. I also had 2 bottles on my bike, and I was just filling them up with this the whole time. And it was pretty much the perfect amount, because I got to the top and I was able to fill just one of my bottles up. And I didn't even really drink it all the way. When I got back, I still had half a bottle. So don't get nervous if you're at the top and you don't have much water. You don't really need much, you're just cruising. And it doesn't take that long to get down once you're up there. And the food, I mean, Gytis brought way more than I did, but you're going to want to know like what you normally eat on a long ride, and bring stuff that you really like. Maybe something that's a treat that it's kind of expensive, so you don't buy it that much, but it makes a big difference, because like the food you're adding in, if it makes you feel good on the ride, it's going to be like way more beneficial than eating something you're just eating for calories. So one of my favorite things is apricots, dried apricots. I brought a lot of those. I bought Cliff Bars, 5 of them. I only ate 4. Not my favorite thing, but I'm somehow addicted to Cliff Bars. I don't know why. I need to give them up soon, I think. And the last thing I brought, I love to eat something a little salty. So I brought rice crackers that have tamari and seaweed flavor. I'm not sure the brand, but I bet you can find them at like a natural food store. Yeah, sometimes I get really sick of just sweet the whole time, so this salty is really nice. Fourth thing is the gearing, you know, as far as pedaling. Gytis rides a little bit easier gearing than me, so when we're like riding side by side and I see him, you know, cranking out like 90 RPMs just in the saddle, going up these hills, and I'm kind of like, I'm in my lowest gear, stuck at like 70, so I'm kind of forced, because 70 is not very comfortable going uphill into the saddle, so I'm kind of forced to get out of the saddle and do a little bit slower. And it's really not, it's not good when like you're at the end and you don't really want to get out of the saddle. You really want the option though to, you know, if you want to be in the saddle you can, if you want to be out you can. So I'm definitely going to get an easier gearing. I'm going to get the 40 cassette. Definitely, it helps. You don't need it. I did it without it, But every time we would go up these hills, I just kind of get jealous that I couldn't pedal as fast as he was. So something to think about there. And the last thing is what I'm doing today, and that's just recovering. I'm going to sleep and eat pancakes all day. And I just made some this morning, and I made like 2 batches, and I just ate. Because my Garmin actually said I burned 6,700 calories yesterday. And I only ate about 3,000. So today I'm going to have to eat a lot of food. I'm going to sleep. I really don't feel sore at all. It's kind of amazing. I'm surprised. Maybe I'll get DOMS. I'll get sore tomorrow. But hopefully if I rest all day and eat, then I'll be able to start working on the farm. Again, I have a lot of work to do in the next week. And I really need to get it done, so I gotta rest today. So definitely this is a really good climb, even for beginners, because it's not that hard. Like I said, it's the average grade is 4%, and it only ramps up to like 12% a couple times, which isn't bad. It is long, and it's a long day, but it would totally be worth it to do it, because the first descent, like I'm dreaming about the day when I go back and I could go down this roller coaster road and it not be cold, and because you could see Mauna Kea from Mauna Loa, and you can just get really great views, and just, oh man, it's gonna be so much fun. I'll probably do it with my girlfriend Paulina next time. She's not here right now. She went back to the mainland for a little bit, so actually talking to the camera, it's like I'm talking to somebody. Because nobody's here. I'm all alone. But I'm trying to get out and do things like climb Mauna Loa, my bike. That was fun. That's it for this video. If you got any questions, let me know. I think I covered everything. But if you want to know anything more about it, just comment below. And that's it. Thank you for watching. One more thing is I brought my phone. I was going to do some video, just here and there, quick stuff, but it ended up getting wet and didn't work that great. I got a couple clips I'm going to show here at the end, but also I'll link to Gytis' video. He's doing a vlog about it. There's much more, you know, footage. His camera worked the whole time. I don't know how. It was raining, so it must be a good camera to stay working while it was so wet. But that's it. Thank you. So the plan today is to ride up Mauna Loa. 120 miles, 12,000 feet, and it just rained for the first 13 miles, so we're off to a great start.
Not really.
Here we got the rig here. We got everything I need in here. I got a gallon of water, got bananas, more food, clothes. It gets cold up at the top, so we're gonna need some long clothes. I just wrung this out of one of my socks. The other one's over here. Will he fit 3 liters of water? 2 in here, 1 on the back. So we started the climb. That's the ocean in the back. Feeling really good right now. We'll see how it lasts. I don't know. Looks like it's gonna rain on and off. Some blue sky now, so might be good for a while. Craziness here. Fried. Getting high over here. Altitude. Oh man, we made it. We're like above the clouds. It's ridiculous up here. That was by far the hardest climb on a bike I've ever done. It's hurting. Now that I'm back home though, and I made a big pot of rice, I can't say I regret doing it. But maybe next time I'll go when it's not raining.